Hope you guys had a great weekend. In this video, let's talk about Grab, a very similar setup to something like Palantir before it pulled a 10x return for its investors. Something like Robinhood, which is also going for that 10x return, and also something like SoFi. So we have seen this pattern a lot. Very recurring pattern, very common. And in this video, we have to talk about Grab because we also had Ray Dalio buying into the stock around 1.5 million shares valued at $7.5 million. The guy with the world's largest hedge fund managing over $150 billion. I'm going to be talking about what even is Grab and taking a look at some other examples in other countries like India and why, this is going to be probably a good investment in a year, long-term investment, especially in these other countries. So if you guys do enjoy content like this, make sure to subscribe with notifications on, make sure to leave a like. Let's get started. The first thing I want to talk about is just an overview and the technical analysis over here. Now we have this example of sort of the accumulation phase and how we are breaking out of this phase. Now this pattern, again, such a recurring pattern. We have seen this pattern many times, and we're kind of just replicating the strategy, and I want to go over the kind of the philosophy of this pattern. So we have a stock, any stock that's probably got overvalued in 2021. It ran up a lot. We had the COVID stimulus. We had a lot of hype. It ran up, IPO'd, way high above, and we pretty much just crashed like 85%. Okay, 85%. So that is going to be kind of the first thing that we have to take a look at. So we can take a look at Palantir, down over 80%, but then we find a bottom and we trade sideways for a while. So this is the golden, and this is what we call the accumulation phase, when we're just kind of just trading sideways, where we think it is undervalued and the stock is not going below that because it's undervalued. It is a fire sale. So we can take a look at Grab. We bottomed out, at around $3 over here. And then we have the next phase where we just trade sideways and then we break out. Now this is going to be kind of the last chance to buy the stock in a good deal because we are starting to break out. So for example, Palantir, it started, breaking out. And once it start to kind of breaking out of this structure, we have this massive move. We might have a bunch of catalysts like good earnings report, the company is doing good, it's coming in media, a lot of people are buying it all over X. We're seeing about the stock, oh, this company is profitable. So we can take a look at, even with something like Robinhood, we had a bunch of great earnings, a bunch of good growth for Robinhood. So it's not just technical analysis, but also that catalyst of the earnings. And especially with Grab, we do have earnings coming up. And if you know about Grab, if you have traveled to Thailand, if you traveled to Malaysia, Indonesia, any of these countries, you have probably been impressed by Grab. And you have probably seen Grab all over the country and its growth, and it is going to be an interesting one because I've traveled to those countries, and even before that, even before it was popping off, I was talking about it. I already had a position in December, a bunch of great investments. Okay, I got impressed about Grab when traveling to Malaysia. And then, as well as India, when I went to India, I found about this other country, which I'm gonna talk about later in this video. But we have a lot of catalysts also with Grab. We have the earnings coming up, a bunch of growth, which I'm going to talk about later on. So this is going to be the last chance to buy it at this breakout area. The stop loss is kind of going to be below $4, but pretty much for stop loss, we just need to be around this level. We can't enter this channel down below, or else we're going to, enter down here. But even then, we're still down around 70% from all-time highs. So the main point of this strategy is that we buy low and we sell high. So we want to buy low. We don't want to buy Robinhood now because it had its run up. It ran up like 400, 850%. So that is what we're kind of taking a look at. We want to buy low for Grab, and this is going to be the area to buy in. And especially with Ray Dalio bought his shares at 4.57, so it's sitting around that area right now. So this is the Ray Dalio, 2 million shares, $7.57 million for. He also got into Robinhood, another stock, but again, this is someone where you can look at other traders, other people who have done well, and you can kind of follow along with them and replicate what they are doing with Grab. So that is it with technical analysis, looking really good. Even if we take a look at a weekly time frame, we could see how identical these setups are. It just looks incredible, and we're kind of just following along with this pattern for Grab. Now, what is Grab? The best way to imagine here is, when I first went to India, when I first went to Malaysia, just traveling across, taking a look at, I want to diversify my portfolio. If you know Ray Dalio, his strategy of diversifying in other countries also, you go to India, you go to Malaysia, you order something, any basic need, think about Amazon, think about basic necessities that you want to buy, day-to-day objects. You're living in a city, and straight up the delivery driver comes in with your order in 8 to 10 minutes. I'm talking about right away. And when I had that experience, I just got impressed right away. Obviously, this is a different company in India. It is owned by Zomato, and this stock is up 400% in a year. Okay, 400% in a year. Imagine the returns that we could get. These are emerging economies all around the world. US is built, but we're talking about these other countries in Southeast Asia that are having this emerging economy, and there's a lot of money to be made, a gold rush in these other countries. So basically, it's almost like an Uber type of company. You also have, rides. They're trying to make the everything app. So you can have, taxis, groceries, all of that. And if you have experienced it, if you went to these countries, let me know if you did. Tell me your experience in the comments down below. You have heard of this stock. So overall, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, Grab is also backed by SoftBank, Sequoia, Morgan Stanley, a bunch of investors and firms, backed by Toyota and Uber. Okay, so Uber also a major shareholder in Grab. So something to think about. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'm already in shares for this company. As I mentioned, when I was traveling around, just traveling around and whatnot, looking at opportunities. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And see you guys later.